Hi and welcome to Sarah's wonderful farmhouse kitchen, where we're going to cook our Bhaji Man recipes. Terry is going to cook jalfrezi, Jane is going to cook aloo gobi, and Sarah's doing a vindaloo, and I'm going to follow behind with a lamb madras. Now we all have tried this before, but obviously today we're in the presence of the master, so we'll have to do what we're told.
Hi, I'm going to cook aloo gobi, which is spicy potato and cauliflower. My shopping list was 450 grams of potatoes, 1 medium cauliflower, 400 grams of medium tomatoes or tinned tomatoes, crushed tinned tomatoes, 2 medium onions, 3 small green peppers, 3 garlic cloves, 5 tablespoons of flavourless cooking oil, and coriander leaves to garnish, and 2 tablespoons of salt. So you can see here I've slightly increased the quantities because there's lots of us for cooking. So these are the potatoes. This is the size you cut them up to, this size, so there's nice mouth size. Cauliflower florets about this size here. Really quite well chopped up onions. We take the seeds out of the chilies because we prefer not to be too hot, because it then stops the flavour coming through if it's too hot. And some garlic, 2 tablespoons of the salt there, and then the 3 spices that you're going to put in order. This is the first one. The second one we've had to use a pestle and mortar to crush it up, and this is the third one. So in a minute, and of course the tomatoes, I've got a box or a tin, doesn't matter. And I'm putting in 5 lots of oil in there. Right, stick it on. Let it just heat up a bit. Right, so then I put in the Bhaji Man first sachet. Okay. There it goes in with the oil, and we'll just turn it around. Sachet 2, which I've already used in the crushed up, put that in as well. So it all gets nice and hot and the oil smells delicious. Right. I fry for a minute, so I'm trying to think how long a minute is. And then I add the onions. Okay, now these have browned. It's taken a while, but they have browned, so you can get everything else ready. We're going to let's put in, and it says on here, add the crushed garlic and Bhaji Man sachet 3. So crushed garlic is going in, all of it, nicely, and then sachet 3. And cook for another minute. Which shouldn't be too bad. I should just consult my watch. Right, because I never know quite what a minute is. But when it feels it's all mixed up together, I know everything's smelling lovely. Right, so all the sachets are in here now, which should give it the flavour. Right, now you're putting in the green chilies and the potatoes to give them some extra cooking before you add the cauliflower. So here we are, put the potatoes in. Right, and a bit of salt to give it flavour, more flavour. And then put them in with the onions and mix them up a bit, turning it down so it doesn't get burnt, and just leave it to get heated through gently. Put the lid on for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add the cauliflower into the bag. Cauliflower, mix that in. And leave that put the lid on again, leave it for a little while. Now this has been cooking for 5 minutes. I'm going to add the last ingredient and leave it for 15 minutes. So in goes the tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, mix it all round and leave it for 15 minutes. I'll give it a good stir up. There we are. Should be really getting all the flavours through. On a gentle heat, keep it going for another 15 minutes. So that's lovely. And put the lid on. I think we've stirred it round enough and mixed it up enough. And put the lid on. And we set the table.
Okay, I'm cooking chicken jalfrezi today. I've never cooked Indian, but the Bhaji Man is making it very simple. Bhaji Man here, it has all your spices pre-measured and ready to go for you, these little sachets. The box also includes your shopping list, so you have no worry about what you have to buy. I've got a kilogram of chicken here, chopped tomatoes, red and green bell pepper, ginger, garlic, onion, and salt. All I had to do was follow the shopping list, then come home and chop the chicken up into bite-sized pieces, along with the peppers, and crush the garlic and shred the ginger. And all I have left to do is to put it all together in the pan and have a delicious dinner. Cheers! I'm going to start out with 4 tablespoons of oil in my pan. And then once this oil is hot, I put sachet number 1 into it. So I can infuse the oil with those lovely flavors. Alright, now I'm adding sachet 1. I'm going to stir fry that for a little bit and infuse the oil with those lovely flavors before I put the onions in. So for about 2 minutes, I'm going to get this thing and get this stuff in oil. My cloves and my cardamom have now been infusing the oil. I'm going to add the onions. We're going to stir fry the onions in about a couple of minutes until they're a nice golden brown and soft and tender. Golden brown now, so I'm going to add my garlic. And we'll saute that until the garlic is tender for about 2 minutes. Right, now I'm going to add sachet 2 to my mix. It's going to add some beautiful color to it. And then to that, we're going to add our chicken pieces and let them saute. And that's simply cut up chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs, is all that is. I'm going to saute those until they're brown. Look at that color coming up. Oh, it smells divine. It smells wonderful. When do we eat? After that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Get that all mixed up together. Right now I'm going to add the chopped tomatoes. And once that's all mixed in, we'll leave it to simmer over low heat for about 10 minutes. Make sure you get it well covered. I'm simply going to cover it up and let it simmer for 10 minutes.
Okay, somewhere else.
Alright, just to give this a good stir. We've got it bubbling so that we can reduce the gravy down a little bit, so it's at a very strong simmer. I'll leave the lid off now so that it can reduce the gravy and the steam can go on out. Alright, now I'm adding sachet 3 to this, the final spice packet. My grated ginger. Give that a stir. And then the red and green bell pepper. Now I'll just cover it and let it simmer over low heat for 10 more minutes.
Okay, I'm about to cook Goan pork vindaloo using the Bhaji Man pre-made packets. We have 3 spice kits here to add in amongst all this which I've already prepared, ready to start cooking. This is pork, homegrown from our own farm, and all the rest of the ingredients are here ready and measured out to put in at specific times of the cooking. The instructions are all on the pack as to when we throw what in with what, and at the end of the day this will be a gorgeous meal. Okay, I'm ready to put my pork into the mixture. The pork is going in the tin to be mixed with the white wine vinegar, and then we have sachet 1, which is all ground up, which I'm going to mix in with the pork right now. Stir well, and the salt, which has all been measured out previously. And I'm also going to add in the sugar, and then I'm going to mix this so it all blends in lovely. This should be delicious. I'm now going to heat the oil, and I'm going to fry the onions. It's very hot. Get them till they're golden brown. My hands are clean because I have just washed them. I'm going to stir them until they become a lovely golden brown. These onions are lovely golden brown now. I'm about to add sachet 2 and then stir very, very well. Make sure you empty the sachet completely, get the full flavour and stir, ensuring that you get all the mixture covered over the onions. I stir the onions for a couple more minutes before I add in the ginger and the garlic. In they go. Oh, smell that. Beautiful. Mix in quick. That smells absolutely beautiful. I'm going to stir this for another 2 to 3 minutes so that the onions get all the flavour. I'm about to add the pork, which I'm going to stir for approximately 15 minutes, and then I shall add a little bit of water just to keep it all moist. Now you can smell the difference in flavours coming through. That is so obvious. The flavours are coming out now. Right, I've now stirred this for a good 5 minutes. I'm about to add in some very warm water and continue stirring. If you were stood here, you'd smell this flavour, and I tell you, it is beautiful. I'm going to put the lid on so that the flavour stays in the pan, stays in the meat. You can take the, stir it, cover it for about 40 minutes and leave it to simmer. I've just put sachet 3 in, and I am looking forward to eating this baby now because it's taken a long time to simmer.
Today I'm going to cook lamb madras using Bhaji Man spice kit, and with that comes 3 sachets which I have here, and it's very easy to do because the Bhaji Man gives you a shopping list which I've got through and purchased. 700 grams of lamb, 2 large onions, 200 grams of chopped tomatoes, 3 or 4 green chilies, fresh ginger, 4 garlic, salt and coriander for embellishing at the end, and then I'll need some oil to fry it in. And what I've done so far is I've cut the meat into bite-sized pieces. I've finely chopped the onions, I've finely chopped the green chilies, the garlic and the ginger, and I'm ready now to start cooking. Cheers. So I've put the 5 tablespoons of unflavoured oil in the pan and heated it up. It's nice and hot now, so I'm just going to add sachet 1 and sizzle it for 2 minutes. Now the idea of sizzling this is to get the flavour really into the oil, which will ultimately end up in the finished dish. Right, I've sizzled these for 2 minutes, so I'm now going to add the chopped onions, which I'm then going to fry until they're a sort of golden brown. I'm going to add the ginger, the chilies and the garlic. I'm going to cook that for a further minute. So having cooked that, the chilies and the garlic and the ginger for a minute, I'm now going to add sachet 2. And the 2 teaspoonfuls of salt. And cook for a further 3 minutes, stirring often. Having cook this for 3 minutes. I'm now adding the meat. And 50 millilitres of hot water. I'm now going to cook this for 20 minutes. Having cooked this now for the allotted time, I'm now going to add sachet 3. I'll get it all out. And the chopped tomatoes. I'm now going to cover this and cook for a further 20 minutes, by which time it'll be ready to eat. Cheers. We've done our cooking, we've really enjoyed the experience.
The preparation. Fantastic, isn't it?
And we're going to enjoy the consummation of her, which is lamb madras. We've got chicken vindaloo. We've got the aloo gobi and chicken jalfrezi, and we've also got
another one still cooking, which is pork
vindaloo, which is the one that I should have said, which is that.
Okay, thank you, Sister Arlene.
But we've also got Bombay potatoes and peeler rice, produced courtesy of our
by the man
master,
himself.
the Bhaji Man.
Bhaji Man.
Cheers
So
to you.
here's to the Bhaji Man.
So it was just
This is the Bhaji Man himself, overseeing today's cooking operation.